What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the first season, first episode of On the Couch. We're here with Tim. Let's get this ball rolling. Introduce yourself, man.
Yep, my name's Tim Turner. They call me Dr. Tim. I'm from BGB, Bluegrass Bullies, in the state of Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky at that. So, that being said, happy Easter to everyone. A little late getting this started, but we're getting ready to get it cracking.
All right, let's go. Let's dive into it, man. What started you in the game, man? Your passion, your love for dogs. What age?
I was probably 5-6 years old. My aunt Eula brought in some Kobe pit bulls from Florida and introduced them to Louisville, Kentucky, and they started spreading out. That gave me the passion for pit bulls, and then I had a neighbor with some different type of pit bulls. Helped working with him on those, and then they gave me the love for the dogs. I've always had it. So, and then in my early 20s, you know, the Michael Vick stuff happened, so I got rid of my dogs and got into the American bullies.
Okay.
So when I got into the
Pockets, XLs.
No, you heard of the dog? There's a group still out. I don't know how big it is anymore out in California. Costa Nostra Kennels.
Okay.
Rick Perez. The hot dog out at that time was King Gotti.
Okay.
So that's what started it for me and the bullies. I got a direct son off of King Gotti, and then I went from there.
If you don't know who King Gotti is, go do your research. You're probably new to the game.
All you gotta do is look up Rick Perez or Google King Gotti.
Okay. All right. Tell us a little bit about you and your brand, man.
My brand now, like I said, what you sitting there talking about, what got me into what I got now. Like I stepped away in my early 30s for a couple years, and then got back into the exotics. So once I got into the exotics, my homie, my brother Donald McGuire, wanted me to get back into it. So I bought my first exotic from him. Then I bought my second exotic from him. Then my third exotic from him. Then my fourth exotic from him. And let me tell you, when I done that, it was one male and three females from him.
Okay.
That's what I started off with. The male really wasn't what I wanted, wasn't what I was looking for. But he had dogs over there before they was hip now. Micros and nanos, he had them before then.
What blood was he working with at the time?
That's what I was getting to. He had some stuff off of a dog named Fat Willie, and that's what my whole yard pretty much is based off of. I probably got 2 dogs over here that ain't got no Fat Willie in it at all, but the rest of my dogs have nothing but Fat Willie in it. So I got 2, 3, 4 times Fat Willie. Right now I'm using the Fat Willie where I've created and produced my own stock. My main dog that I produced is Upchurch 2.0.
Yeah, I'll see him here in a second.
So for y'all, I'll give y'all the heritage on that dog. So the guy who really originally owned Fat Willie, his name is Jonathan Smith. He has a dog called Fort Knox. I had not one. So I had the original Upchurch. I took the original Upchurch and bred it to a direct female that I got off of Donald McGuire's dog, which was a Fat Willie bred to a straight heat kennels female that he bought, Midwest Exotics Apple Bottom, which produced a female, which it comes to another story of how I got her, but it was probably my best producing bitch. Everybody talks about males, but you get you a really good foundation female, that's what starts your yard. You know what I'm saying?
I hope y'all got your notebooks out and taking
you got
notes,
a producing female, that's where you're gonna get it. Like my bitch produced some of the best mini micros and nanos out there. Like I said, y'all gonna see 2.0. Y'all can look up a guy in Ohio named Claymore Bullies. I got a brain for it right now. My boy Larry Curtis, he's got the dog named Homicide, which came off of her. So like I said, she's produced some really good studs. So like I said, I got something in store for her later this year. I got something really special I'm about to do in-house with her, and it's gonna be her retirement breeding, be her last breeding.
Okay, all right. Let's jump into the next one. Where do you see BGB in the next 5 years?
Well, my goal is to be on top. My problem is I work for a living, so I build kitchen cabinets. But this is a hobby to me. You know, this is not my living. But my plans is to be on top. I feel like I got some of the
I know
studs.
we're doing a podcast right now, but this is my homie. I'm gonna tell y'all like I told him. He needs to promote more. Everything on his yard, and I vouch for it, is fire. This man just don't promote. This man is producing, and he just needs to promote. Put it that way. My bad.
Oh, you're good. I mean, I got friends and family and stuff tells me that my dog throws himself. The dog they're getting ready to see, he's consistent. I got a guy named Brian Moser that says that he calls me Mr. Consistency with my in-house, with my breedings. So, like, a matter of fact, you can go on my IG, my Facebook. There's a flyer or a banner that he had did for me, where he took. At the time I had 2 Upchurch sons. I had Netflix, and then I had Upchurch 2.0.
Okay, well, give the world your social media so they can log in and tap in with you.
My social media is Facebook, Tim Turner, on Facebook, and then my IG is. See, that's how I don't get on there enough to know. My IG is.
We'll drop it down at the bottom, so for the subscribers, the viewers.
My IG is TTurnerW121 on Instagram.
Everybody, if you're watching, please go give him a follow, like. All right. What's your view of the current state of the game right now?
There's a lot I can talk about on that area. I think it, in my mind, I think that it's getting too street at these dog shows and stuff.
Okay.
These dog shows are supposed to be about the dogs, you know. It's supposed to be about family oriented. You coming to meet to promote, you know what I'm saying? It's a business aspect, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the streets, you know what I'm saying? This is the dog game, it's not the streets, you know. Let's leave it at that. Let the dogs do the talking, not the people, you know what I'm saying? Because you got some of these dogs up here so scared because you're over here yelling, oh yeah, I got dog. No, man, nobody want to hear that shit. Let your dog do the talking. Let the dog stack up and do his shit. They don't need you over here yelling.
A lot of people don't know how to stack the dogs, man.
No, they don't.
They got bullshit dogs, and that's why they speak for them, you know. What do you see, you know?
I think right now we're on that topic, though. Like I said, I can say so much about that topic. I just think there's a lot of bullshit out here. So, you know, everybody hops in. They see people making money off these dogs. But these people that are making money off these dogs has been around dogs and know how to breed dogs, you know what I'm saying? To where a lot of people just see, shit, they're making money off his dog. I'm gonna go grab his pit bull looking dog or his pocket, and I'm gonna try to take it to this extreme dog over here, and I'm gonna produce that. Well, when it's doing that, when they're doing that, they're watering down the dog game, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. And then you got guys over here that's done put in work, like me, and a few others here in Kentucky that's done put in work, that's producing A1 dogs, you know. Okay. And they're wanting $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 for dogs. Well, then you got these guys that's breeding, well, not what we're breeding, and they're hollering off. Well, they're saying I'm getting $5,000 for this dog, or I'm getting $10,000 for this dog. When really behind the scenes, they're not even getting that amount of money for that dog.
I got a question for you.
So they're getting like $1,000 to $1,500, and it's watered down.
Who you put the blame on, though?
Huh?
Who you put the blame on, though?
Streets.
Some of these stud owners selling a dream to the people.
That's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there that sells dreams.
Are these people? Because I've seen a lot of stud owners through my years, man. They'll breed their top-notch stud to a pit bull and tell them people that they're going to create what he has.
Selling dreams.
And then they wonder why they got wiener bulls, and now everybody's mad.
Right. And then those people in their eyes think they got something and it really ain't. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get exactly what you're talking about there. Like, with that being said, you know, you got stud owners out here. Me personally, I made this mind up a while back. But I don't care what dog's the hottest dog out here. I don't give a fuck what dog it is. I don't give a fuck what dog it is. I'm not using a stud out of my state that I can't pull up and watch you collect the semen before I put it in my female.
Because y'all so quick to get boxes shipped and never went out and put hands on these dogs and wondering why you don't have any consistency in your litter. And another thing, everything doesn't click.
No, it doesn't.
Everything does not click.
Just because you see a hot stud over and he's what everything you're looking for in a male, just off of looks, you can't go off just off of looks, man. You got to look. When you're being a real true dog breeder, you got to look and see what the lineage does, the ped. You know what I'm saying? But the tricky thing about the ped is you got so many people out here, like I said, with these top-notch stud owners. Are you really getting the semen that you're supposed to be getting when it's shipped to you?
It's hard to tell.
Huh?
It's hard
That's
to
what I'm
tell.
saying. I mean, look. They just, what was it, a year ago when they brought out Crown, saying Crown's daddy was pimpy, then now it's rascals. You know, who knows? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's out there, but there's more people doing that today than there is being consistent and being true business owners. Me personally, if I got my dog I feel is up there with the rest of them. I got a couple of dogs I feel I can stack my dog up against any dog in the States, in the foreign countries. I don't give a shit. That's how I feel, and other people tell me that as well. You know what I'm saying?
Stand on it.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, with that being said, if a person is wanting to use my dog's stud services, they're gonna get what I pulled for them.
Okay.
I'm not splitting semen. If I'm getting to where it's getting to be too many people wanting it on the same day, then somebody's gonna have to take a back seat, you know what I'm saying, and wait till the next time. You know what I'm saying?
And that's just you handling business the proper way.
And then if that person can't, if that person is willing to do that, then they go to the top of the list. Okay. So if a person needs a repeat, it don't take, then that person goes to the back of the list because I did my part as a stud owner and sent them the semen.
Okay.
You know, the other part is when you're dealing with this, the guys with the females need to get PG numbers. You know what I'm saying? So before you even ship out, you need to hear from a vet or from a breeder like myself who does PGs. They need to get that PG slip or that PG number and send it to that stud owner.
And learn how to read your number. Okay. What can we do as breeders to help change this narrative of the game that we're in?
First off, like I was saying, a stud owner should ask for the PG numbers off of a female. If they're not giving you PG numbers off of a female, then why pull your male to ship the semen? You know what I'm saying? Don't just breed because my female's over here, she's in heat, she's been bleeding for 15 days and she's flagging.
Not pit bulls, y'all.
Yeah, these are exotic bullies. There's not pit bulls. You know, it ain't where you could just throw the male and the female in the yard and they're gonna get stuck. It ain't gonna happen. These dogs are like fine china. You get dogs out there hunching on a female. The male's prolapse. So with that being said, and then you got a lot of vets where we're at here in Louisville, Kentucky, they'll fix the prolapse, but they'll tell you they need to neuter the male in the process. So here you are paying $3,500, $5,000, $8,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, whatever you pay for these studs that you think are top notch, and you're sitting here trying to breed. Now you're out. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit, wait for your dog to heal before you can even produce. You know what I'm saying? So,
let's say I'm a new breeder coming in the game. I like your movement. I'm following you. What advice do you have for me? I have the money to play. I'm ready to go, but I just don't have the information or the resources to do what I need to do.
Okay.
Well, where am I going?
The best piece of advice I can give you is the same piece of advice that I didn't listen to, and most people, when I give them this advice, they still don't listen to me. But being in the game as long as I have been, the best advice I could give to any of you all is if you're wanting to get in the game, buy you a fucking she-male female and start with that, because that's where your foundation starts at, is the female. Then you can pick and choose what stud you want to use and pay that stud fee, so where you ain't doing no pup back or nothing like that. Then you can hold on to those pups and raise them to where you know what you're looking for, keep what you're looking for, and sell the rest. With that being said, I didn't listen when the OG Rick Perez told me to get a female. I did the opposite and got a male. With you getting a male, you better make sure that it's 1,000 a top-notch stud, because there's so many studs out here in the game today that anybody can pick and choose from what they want to use. You know, you got to promote a stud, promote a stud, promote a stud, promote a stud, to where if you got that top-notch female and you're breeding it to one of the top studs in the game, you're going to get what you're looking for. To where, like I said, you don't have to promote, because that number one stud or top 3 studs already promoted itself. It's already got groundwork. It's already got pups on the ground. So all you got to do is show your pups and show what your female produced off that male. That male is going to sell your pups. But if you listen to me and you get the female, the foundation female, it's going to sell your whole litter.
Can you explain to the new people what a she-male is and what quality they need to be searching for in these female dogs?
So I can tell them what I look for in a female. I look for
your vision.
First thing I look for is rear end. When I was younger, when I had hair, people used to call me Bubba Sparks. So I always say booty, 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 rocking everywhere. So they got to have a nice ass end on them. Then I look at the top line, their headpiece, and I look at their fronts. I'm not looking for a freaky female all the time, because if you're using a clean female in an exotic game, you just take it to a more exotic male to get what you're looking for. He's going to pull out that, and she's going to correct the wrongs.
Okay. This is where I need you to dig deep, man. Your top 5 bulls, past and present.
Past and present. My top 5 bulls. Okay. A lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but me personally, I'll start off with my favorite dog in the game. When I got into it, is the most underrated dog in the nation, not just America, in the nation, which is what my yard's based off of. Was a straight, plain black and white dog, off of Fat Lion Kennels, Fat Willie. Like I said, there's not too many dogs in my yard that don't have the Fat Willie 2-3 times in my ped. Like I said, at the time, he was a black and white dog, and everybody color chasing. So
they're still doing it now, man.
Yeah, they're still doing it. But what I've noticed since I've been in the game, a lot of these black and white dogs throw color. They just got to breed color to it.
Man, look at your ped. That's why it's vital to have
another thing is, I look for substance. It ain't about color for me. It's the substance, the structure. You know what I'm saying? About the dog. That's what I'm looking for. You know. So my number 2 dog, I would probably have to say, was what got me into the game, and I liked a lot of when I got into the exotics, was Mr. Miyagi.
Okay.
Then I would say the third one would be Bullseye.
Okay.
Because I like the small stuff. Like I said, that's all I own is micros and nanos. Let's see, it's 3, right?
Yeah, it's 3 in.
Okay. I would have to say, right now, I would say it would be my favorite dog out there right now is American Boy, which is a Crown Sun, and I would say Crown 5 with what I like. That's what past and present. That's what I like. So.
And what drew you to all these dogs was
and I had to add
structure.
Can I add in there with that? I also like Miyagi, which is Mr. Miyagi. So I don't know how you say it, so I put Crown and him side by side. Which I got a 2 times Fat Willie on the bottom, and bred to a direct Miyagi son off of Midwest Exotics. Donald McGuire's little baby. Matter of fact, the female he had was 2 times Fat Willie. Her name was Smurf, and the male that he has it's off of Giagi is Little Baby. So we named our pup Little Baby Smurf after both the parents.
You'll see him soon. Okay, it's a lot of dogs, a lot of owners that don't really know what to do. They thinking you can just feed the dog regular food, everything's gonna pop. It'll end up being what it's supposed to be, what they're told it's supposed to be. Do you have any health tips, any diet tips, any just tips period for a new breeder coming into the game that, you know?
Well, to each their own. I see a lot of people be successful here recently. They're using raw, and not everybody feeding the exact same raw. You know what I'm saying? So
can you go more in depth into the raw, because it's different levels?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. You got different. Everybody's feeding raw, but what type of raw are they feeding? That I don't know what they're feeding raw. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I got a family member who sells raw, but he sells his raw with a mixture to where you could take 15 pounds of raw meat and put that mixture with it and turn it into 30 pounds of raw. So he's got a way that he likes to, what I calls a mixture, ingredients and stuff. He sends you a list of what to mix with that 15 pounds to make it 30 pounds. And he also tells you how much to feed your dog. To feed your dog by a body weight ratio or something like that is what you feed it off that raw. So, but like me personally, I feed kibble.
Okay.
So here recently, I've been dabbing here and there with raw. I fed my dog satin balls before, which is raw. We just make satin balls with the ingredients. Like I said, people do that different too. If anybody's interested in it, they can hit me on my account, and I can tell them how to make the satin balls or whatever.
Free game, man. Tap in. What's next for your program? You know, what blood do you want to incorporate? What breeds do you have lined up? The stuff that you want to tell the people. And
I don't know.
What do you really want to get your hands on?
Well, I was trying to get American Boy, but that fell short. I've been trying to get it for 2 years, and I had a litter pups, and it wasn't successful. So I'm kind of like, this year I'm focused on my yard in camp. So everything I'll be doing will be in-house. I won't be going outsource because I have had no luck doing it. So I'm gonna stick with what works for me and what's got me here so far, and that's what me and my wife so you know what I'm saying. 2 times Fat Willie.
Look at it. Swear about his boy, man. Tap in with him.
Like I said, I'll stack him up next to Kobe if they want me to.
You heard him, Brad? Tap in. I'm gonna put his information at the bottom of the screen if you want to, you know, interested in his stud special. What's he at right now, man? Tell the folks.
3K to breed to him.
Church 2.0, man. Bluegrass Bullies.
Come on. Let's see if he's got rocks in on here. Oh, there's Smurf. That's Smurf right there. That's Smurf. That's their mama. That's what female. Breed that bitch so much. Nice. All right, there's Roxanne right there. That's my favorite female he's got over his house. Watch it. There you go. See, that's what they look like. Her hair don't look like that.
Go ahead.
It's my Giagi grandson. 2 times Fat Willie on the bottom. Pure bull. Pure bull right here. I stack him up against anybody. You name him, I stack him up next to him. It's a true bull. This is what you see off of George's yard.
And what's his fee
Y'all don't know
at
who
right
George
now?
is? That's a bully camp line. 3K is what it costs to play to breed my dog. Any of my studs are 3K.
That's what I want the next rip. You know what I'm saying? This next year,